the directions of Allah, the guidance given to you by your Lord, your Master, your Sustainer, your Creator. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. The same word again, taqwa. So that you may become pious, you may become God-fearing. No. So that you can save yourself. Save yourself from the displeasure of Allah. Save yourself from the punishment of the Day of Judgment. Save yourself from the fire of hell. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ. Who is that Allah about whom you are required to obey and to be bondsmen? He is He, الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ فِرَاشًا, who made this earth for you as a resting place, just as a bedding, firsh. So He has made this earth for you as a bedding. وَالسَّمَاءَ بِنَاءً, and then He raised the canopy of sky over you. وَأَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً, and He sent down water, rain from the sky. فَأَخْرَجَ بِهِ, and then He created from the earth, brought out from the earth, مِنَ السَّمَرَاتِ رِزْقًا لَكُمْ, the provisions for you in the form of the fruits and the grains. فَلَا تَجْعَلُوا لِلَّهِ أَنْدَادًا وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. So don't declare, don't accept with Allah anyone as rival, as equal. Nobody is equal to Allah. Nobody is like Allah. Nobody is rival to Allah. The bondsman, you have to be for Him only, nobody else. All humans are equal. كُونُوا عِبَادَ اللَّهِ أَخْوَانًا. You should be all bondsmen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and brothers to each other. وَأَنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. At least you don't do it knowingly. Maybe a person is mistaken, and mistakenly he is doing something, that is something else. But knowingly, intentively, with intention at least, you shouldn't do it. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ. Now we find in these two ayat the essences of Tawheed. Don't declare or accept anybody, anything equal to Allah, rival to Allah. This is Tawheed. And the Amali Tawheed, the practical Tawheed, be bondsmen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Obey Him, worship Him, love Him, and serve Him from the depths of your heart. This is the basic call of the Quran. Now the second article of faith is Risala, messengerhood, prophethood. And about the prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, now we find these two ayat. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا. If you are really in some doubt about that thing which we have sent down on our bondsman, on our servant Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, if you are doubtful about it, if you think that maybe that he is composing these surahs himself, and he is saying that these have been revealed to me from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you have any doubts, if you have real doubt, وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِثْلِهِ. Then you also can produce, if you can, try to produce one surah like this Quran. I am keeping the word same, one surah, مِن مِثْلِهِ, like the surahs of Quran. And as you know, the surahs are very small also. There are 3 surahs comprising of 3 ayat only. So the challenge goes to that extent. If you can comprise and compose a surah consisting of 3 ayat only, and if you can claim that this is equal to Quran, this is like Quran, this is at the same level, it's of literary level as that of Quran, then you know you will have some right to doubt the authenticity of Quran, whether Muhammad is himself composing them, or actually they have been revealed to him by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And you call all your witnesses and helpers, except Allah. Except Allah, all the jinns, because you know there were kahins among them, and they had the jinns with them, so they could also get the help from the jinns. Then they had the very big orators in Arabia. Then the poets, they were very proud about their literature, about their poetry. They thought we are the biggest orators. So you call all the people whom you can call. In kuntum sadiqeen, if you are really true, if you are truthful. What does it mean? It means that you really don't doubt it. It's only, you saw a an explanation that you are giving forth. It's nothing. You really don't doubt that this is not the kalam of Allah. Your hearts have accepted that this cannot be composed, this Quran, by any human being. It's only your verbal, argument that you are presenting. Otherwise, lame excuses that you are presenting. Otherwise, you don't actually believe from the depths of your heart that this is from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is why Quran says, in kuntum sadiqeen. If you are true in your objection, in your doubts, then come and have, then try to compose one surah, even one surah, or like that the surah of Quran. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا. And then if you can't do it, if you don't do it, وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا. This is very important. The emphasis, the confidence with which Quran is saying, you will never be able to do it. It's a miracle in itself. That nobody challenged that we have some poet amongst us who can compose 3 lines just like Surah Al-Asr or Surah Al-Nasr or Surah Al-Kawthar. Nobody challenged. Nobody came forward to accept this challenge of the Quran. And Quran says it preemptively. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا وَلَنْ تَفْعَلُوا. And if you don't do it, if you don't accept the challenge, if you don't try to produce something like Quran, and you will never be able to do it, فَاتَّقُوا النَّارَ الَّتِي وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ. Then you should try to save yourself. Be fearful of the fire of hell, whose fuel would be men as well as stones. Why stones? Because they used to worship, their idols were made out of stone. When you will be thrown in the fire of hell, these idols, these gods of yours, they will also be thrown with you in the same hell, in the same fire of hell. وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ وَعِدَّتْ لِلْكَافِرِينَ. And that has been prepared for the disbelievers. وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Now, in addition to the Iman bil Risala, there we find now Iman bil Akhirah. Because this Jahannam, fire of hell, it's a matter concerning Akhirah. When the mention of hell came, now side by side, the mention of Jannah, the mention of heaven is also coming. وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. And O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, give good tidings to those who come to believe, and then they perform good deeds. أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. That for them there are those gardens underneath which rivers will be flowing. كُلَّمَا رُزِقُوا مِنْهَا مِنْ ثَمَرَةٍ رِزْقًا. Whenever they will be given some fruit